What is up, you guys? Cyrus Obsidian, and we are back here in the studio, here to bring you another local diaries. So today, I've been thinking a lot about my last local diaries, playing Rescue Ace, and yeah, I admit, underperformed as I thought. So we're gonna give it a second chance. We've been cooking here in the lab with some budget options and some other cards that I've got in my possession. We're gonna try something a little new. I mean, it's just a little changes here and there, but see if the little changes make a difference, right? That's all it is about. When it comes to dueling, you go, you perform, whether you perform good, you perform bad, but you learn from that experience and you take it and you build upon it. So that is exactly what we're doing here. Before we head over to locals, let us show you our new improved Rescue Ace deck profile and hopefully perform a lot better than we did a couple weeks ago. So let's show you the profile, duelists. All right, so let us show you the deck profile for Rescue Ace. There were some changes that I made to the deck, so we'll just kind of speed through this a little bit. We are playing the 2 Rescue Ace Turbulence still, and we're playing 2 Rescue Ace Hydrant. I decided to drop Nikita, the fire channel or whatever, just because it was a major break in the deck really most of the times, and the one time I did use it last time I played, it ended up being my own downfall, so whatever. And we're still playing the 2 airlifters, or 3 airlifters, 2 impulse, 1 monitor, 1 fire engine, 2 preventer, and then the 1 fire attacker. So I think these are pretty good standard options. I am contemplating dropping the fire engine and fire attacker just because they did brick last time, but we're gonna give them a second chance, see how it turns out. That's it for the Rescue Ace monsters. As for the spells and traps, everything still is pretty similar. We're playing triple emergency, 1 rescue, 1 alert, 1 1-for-1, 1 Rescue Ace HQ, 1 upstart, and then 2 pot of extravagances. So I decided to opt in for draw power, and I know it's not prosperities, but these are definitely budget options for the deck, especially since I picked up most of the Rescue Ace stuff back when it was cheap. I just did not get the 3rd hydrant because I was dumb. So we live with that, but these are budget alternatives. Again, like the extra deck, you hardly use it. So I mean, it's not really like necessary, but the extra deck does come in handy. So I mean, if you have the extravagance, you have it. You don't. It's okay. Then for our traps, we just still play the 1 extinguish, 1 contain, and the 1 reinforce. I still think these are pretty solid to play at 1. So it's that. And then our hand trap lineup still is pretty similar with triple Nibiru, triple Ash, the triple Droll, triple Effect Veiler, and then we are maining the 1 called by just because we do want our effects to resolve, and called by can be helpful in instances where it's just needful. So there's those. And then for the extra deck, it's still the same. We play the 1 Anima, 1 Linger Revo for our Link 1s. We do play the IP, the Nightmare Cerberus, Sunlight Wolf, Fire Charmer Blaze, and Nightmare Phoenix for our Link 2s. Then we play Nightmare Unicorn and Deco Talker Heat Soul with the BLS. I decided to throw in the Heat Soul for draw power again. And your targets are the Linger Revo and the Sunlight Wolf. You could also use the IP. But that's really up to you and how your hand looks. And then for our remaining links, Apollosa, Axis Code, Avermax, and Moral Sword with Link 5 of Underworld Goddess. Honestly, it may look a little weird, but the reason why I kind of play so many Link 4s is for that Kashtira matchup. If they use Unicorn, I mean, they'll look and they won't, their best guess, maybe you play in a fire deck, but honestly, they may have no idea and they'll just target the rank 4s. And so like if you need like closers, you've got 3 of them, so if they get rid of 1, you're okay. But that's totally up to you and what your extra deck looks like. And then as for the side, we played the triple Ghost Mortar Moonlit Chill as just our 1 monster hand trap side in. And the rest is all spells. So we are playing the triple Tactics Talent, 2 Cosmic, 1 Duster, and the triple Dark Ruler no more. I still think these are really good, blowout cards, blowout, or board wipes, yeah, whatever you want to call them. I still think they're really good. And then our last slot is saved for Evenly Match at 3, just because it's a great blowout card altogether. So yeah, that is the profile. So now let's make our way over to locals and see if part 2 of Rescue Ace fares a little bit better than part 1. What is up, you guys? So here we are at Holiday. It's always good to record in between rounds, so we're just going to do a quick summary, or kind of a quick summary. Round 1, we placed at table 1, playing against Branded Chimera, which is a scary deck, but Rescue Ace was able to just control the tempo with game 1 and 2. I was able to set up boards, throw the right hand traps, ended up taking the victory there. Round 2, we are playing against Sacred Beast, and game 1, again, had all the hand traps I needed. I was able to stall my opponent from doing anything. Going to game 2, though, my opponent set up a really good board, throwing Anti-Spell and the Awakening, so they boosted their life points a crap ton, or I guess I say I boosted their life points a crap ton. It took a bit of a grind, but at the end, we were able to secure the victory in game 2, being able to just get rid of the Anti-Spell, only for another Anti-Spell to be flipped, getting rid of the Awakening, so no more life point gained, and we were able to cut close to time for a victory. When we had 2 minutes left, and I was able to finally reduce life points to 0. Round 3, the match I was probably waiting for the most to see how Rescue Ace would perform. We played against Kashtira. Game 1, my opponent set up the nuts board. I had no responses in hand, nothing. Draw for turn, I drew into Ash, so I don't know how much Ash would have done against the Unicorn when he specialed it, but he already had the birth, or he searched out the birth. He might have had Theosis, I don't know. So, take the L in game 1. Game 2, I go set up. He goes battle phase. Yeah, I had Nib, Ghostborn, Effect Veiler, full hand, had a full board set up, Preventer, Heat Soul, Hydrant, 4 back, and I get met by Evenly Matched. So I ended up taking the L there. There was no recovery, none whatsoever to do. When you lose the one-ofs that you play, you just kind of take it. So there's my loss for the day, which is very unfortunate. But 2-1 isn't bad out of 7 people, so pretty fun. Honestly, Rescue Ace performed a lot better here after making those tweaks. Game 1 in that Kashtira match, I did open the 2 Pot of Extravagance that I play and the 1 Upstart Goblin. That was a little bit rough, having to 3-draw power cards in hand, and I really didn't want all of them in my hand. I would have rather much preferred to have seen other Rescue Ace stuff, so I can definitely see where Pot of Prosperity is definitely a must-have for the day. The Extravagance Drawing Tube and banishing some of the cards I needed from the extract, like I think in round 1 I had gone Extravagance, banished Linkuriboh, the Sunlight Wolf, and the Heat Soul. So I mean, there was the Heat Soul engine gone, so kind of suffered there, but you take what you get, I guess. Otherwise, the deck did perform much better. I know if I could afford the Prosperities, I would get Prosperities, but unfortunately, we just don't have those. So, kind of boned at that aspect. But Rescue Ace performed much better today. So, but that'll be it, you guys. Probably going to take second. I don't know, maybe third. We'll see. I think my opponent and I were the only ones that had an undefeated record up until round 3. So we'll see where that lands me. But stay tuned, Jules, and we'll catch you in the next one.